Today we celebrate the second Sunday of Lent, and I invite you to reflect on something familiar to us: faith. When we talk about faith, one name always comes to our mind: Abraham. Is it true that every child who attends CCD class can forget everything, but never the name of Abraham? Abraham is known as our father in faith. In today's first reading from the book of Genesis, chapter 22, verse 1 and following, we find the story of Abraham. Abraham gave up family, land, country, security of his home, and many other things. My feeling is that Abraham must have felt stripped of everything, of his past and of his future. In spite of what he experienced in life, he kept faith in the Lord, in the love and fidelity of his Lord, because he was sure God would keep his promise. St. Paul in the second reading tells us that the foundation of our faith is God's faithfulness and unconditional love. Even today, God promises joy, inner peace, a good job, good health, peace between warring nations. But the disappointments occur, difficult and painful moments, and we have the impression that God fails to keep his promises. What happened to Abraham often happened to us too. We see little of the wonders promised by God. How strong is our trust in the Lord then? When things go bad, when disasters happen, do we lose hope or do we keep our faith in God? Dear brothers and sisters, it is difficult to be faithful to God when things go bad. Things get worse when we decide not to listen anymore to the Lord. However, to keep and strengthen our faith, we need to listen to the Lord. Do we realize how much damage is caused to our faith when we don't listen to the Lord? Remember that more than one time God spoke to Abraham through his messenger, and Abraham listened to him. It is evident that we need to listen. In the Gospel, God says, "This is my beloved Son, listen to him." What is the connection, therefore, between faith and listening? St. Paul, in his letter to the Romans, chapter 10, verse 17 says, "Thus faith comes from what is heard, and what is heard comes from the word of Christ." Dear friends, to listen to the Lord is to obey him, to trust him, to be guided by him, to build on him our life as one builds a house on the rock. Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. It is to make Abraham's attitude ours. It is also to make treasure of the word that he addresses us in many ways, and as Mary kept it and find its unity. Luke chapter 2, verse 19. May God help us all in our day-to-day struggle of faith. Amen.